Hello, everybody. This is Oski, and Fortnite just dropped the cinematic short trailer for Fortnitemares 2025. I am so beyond excited for this. Fortnitemares is the best time of year, in my opinion, to play Fortnite. The skins are phenomenal. The collabs are awesome. The vibes in game, spooky. So we're going to react to that trailer. I have seen it once, so this is my second time reacting. I'm going to kind of point out some things and then offer my opinions on everything that we see and what I'm excited for. But yeah, so this isn't necessarily a raw reaction, but I've only seen it once, and I really want to dig deeper into it. We're going to be pausing and playing and pointing out some cool things. So let's get this thing started right now, shall we? So yeah, we start off with this house. We saw this yesterday in the Doja Cat teaser, which was a small snippet from this trailer, I'm assuming. Looks like we have Jonesy and Peely. And guess who's behind them? It's the Mystery Gang, Mystery Inc. So first of all, we're going to talk about Scooby and their designs because I think it's really important as a big draw for this Fortnitemares. So what do I think? Well, I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, so yeah, I've watched the cartoons, the live-action movies, the animated movies, all sorts of stuff like that. I think they look pretty darn good. I really like the decision to make them not cel-shaded, not cartoon-like, and just have them be regular Fortnite models. So I'll talk from left to right. Scoob is obviously in a costume here. I think they did that just to make it look a little bit more natural for him to be, standing on only two legs. But I do hope we have an edit style where he's not wearing that onesie, just because that would be kind of a shame if that's the only version of Scoob we ever had in the game. But I think he looks great. He looks like how I remember him. Yeah, pretty awesome. Shaggy next to him looks pretty cool. They're kind of in their own unique style, not really comparable to anything else. Maybe that one animated movie, Scoob, or whatever that came out like a little bit ago. But Shaggy looks pretty darn good. There's some texture on his shirt. It kind of looks like camouflage almost. I would prefer not to have that, but, sometimes you got to add texture to make things look more realistic. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit plain. I do really love his pants and those lines there. Perfect color for that. And his face looks pretty good. His hairstyle is perfect. Daphne looks probably the best out of all of them, in my opinion, like in terms of design, meshing well. Her outfit is the classic one. Looks great. And then I think her character model looks pretty darn good. Velma looks pretty good, too. I like that she's shorter. I think her sweater and her skirt are perfect. Love the texture on that. It looks really cool. The only thing I have a problem with is Fred. I think his face is a little bit off stylistically compared to the other characters, at least in my opinion. He looks like good, but he doesn't give me Fred vibes, really. So yeah, that's the only thing I have a small problem with. Though I think his outfit is perfect. He looks great overall. I just don't know if that face is Fred to me. But yeah, the rest of it looks amazing. And you can see they have the mystery machine in the background here. It almost looks like it's cel-shaded, which would be interesting to me. Maybe that could suggest that they will also have cel-shaded styles. I don't know. But maybe that's just the lighting playing a factor there. But yeah, Peely and Jonesy right next to the Mystery Inc. Let's keep it going. So we're heading inside this house. You've got Ghost Peely swiping at us. I actually really like that skin. I think it's really cool. This effect they add on top of the camera, where as we go by him with this green effect, is really cool, actually. The decorations outside the house look amazing, by the way. I don't know what POI this is, if this is going to be Freaky Fields again or what, but it looks beautiful. I love all the Halloween decorations. This jack-o'-lantern scarecrow on this side is super cool. And then the glowing lights coming from the house, really scary. But yeah, as soon as we open the door, there's that new Marigold vampire skin. I think she looks great. Really well adapted from the concept. Sorry, that's a funny frame to pause on there. But yeah, she looks great. She's holding a candelabra. I like her one white eye because Midas and her have one bad eye. And then she has vampire fangs, clearly. Her outfit looks very faithful to the survey. So yeah, it looks great. I think that's going to be really popular. And then Jason, out of nowhere, from the top rope, comes to slash at us. I think they did a great job adapting this design. I think people were afraid it was going to be too modern, but I don't really know a lot about Jason or Friday the 13th in the slightest. But I think this is the classic Jason I think of, at least when I think of him. In the back here, it looks like somebody is watching the TV. That's going to be Fish Stick. I think that's the skeleton Fish Stick maybe. At first, I thought that was Billy the Puppet because, like, there was a TV in that old Freaky Fields POI in Chapter 5 with Billy the Puppet, the last Fortnitemares. But that is clearly a Fish Stick. You can see the shape of his hat with the little thingy on the top and his big eyeballs. Then we keep going, and this part is really cool to me. You see a bunch of the Mothmen as, like, little tiny monsters in this corner attacking the sock monkey skin. So yeah, I really like this. Monks is the name, by the way. I really like this skin a lot. I'm definitely gonna be picking it up. It looks like a Guff remix, or at least the body shape and the the head things. But it could also just be Mothman. He looks similar to Guff, kind of just in design. But yeah, I really like this. I think it's really creative. It's really cool how they disappear into a bunch of different moths when the light goes over them. That one's hanging from the ceiling like a bat. And then Monks is like, help me. Then we have this ball bouncing down the stairs and Teef's up on the wall. Interesting of them to highlight Teef's pretty old skin. And to me, doesn't really have any relevance to what is happening right now. But, this is a creepy scene. I like this. He jumps up through the hole in the ceiling. We have this painting on the side that has a zombie skeleton bride lady, kind of like one of those ones that will change based on how you're looking at it. My grandma used to have a whole bunch of these in the bathroom on Halloween time. It was really scary. I think she still does, actually. But yeah, really cool. I don't know if it's going to be a skin that's coming out or if it's just something for the trailer. We'll have to see. But yeah, jump scared by Huggy Wuggy. He looks phenomenal. Let's go back and pause on that. Look at this. This is really terrifying how you can see his mouth and then another mouth behind that. I would not want to be attacked by this guy. That's actually really scary. But yeah, he looks perfect. Can't wait to get Poppy playtime in Fortnite. As we can see here, I think it'll probably just be his skin, then maybe a Poppy back bling, and then that grabber pickaxe thing. No other skins for that. Then we have this really funny reference to Scooby-Doo. Yeah, so you have Budge being chased through the doorway by Ghostface. Ghostface looks awesome right here. Super excited to get that skin. And Budge looks hilarious. I love Budge just as a skin in general. But yeah, really great Scooby-Doo reference here. And then, of course, if you've seen that, you know that it ends up with the good guy chasing the bad guy. So then you have Budge chasing Ghostface with a pumpkin launcher. And this is just hilarious in my opinion. Then we're going upstairs into the creepy attic, as one always does in a horror movie. And up here we have some floating candles and a prayer demon circle thing with that one cat skin, the pumpkin cat girl playing a violin. I think this skin looks great. Is that violin made out of bones? Do I see that correctly? Yeah, that's really cool, actually. It's a small detail I didn't notice. This cat skin looks great. They didn't just stick around a default body model, They kept the design from the survey, and I appreciate that. I think it looks pretty darn cool. And then we go past her. Yeah, she's playing bone fiddle or violin or whatever. And then this thorn Doja Cat skin bursts from the ground, just like we saw in that other teaser. And she says, boo. Then you're back outside. The lightning illuminating this whole thing. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see what else we get in terms of map changes. I really hope we do get a lot because last Fortnitemares, they really outdid themselves with the map changes. Having like the Brawlers patch, Freaky Fields, all that sort of stuff. I also want decorations all in the entire map. It never really feels like that proper season if only part of the map has decorations. But yeah, this POI looks amazing. I don't know if it's the same house from Freaky Fields. I'll throw a picture of Freaky Fields' house on there just so we can compare. But yeah, super cool, super scary. And then Scooby, of course, jumps into Shaggy's arms. And then Jonesy and Peeler are doing the same thing. So yeah, then we get the title card. And it kind of shows us a few more things. It shows us all the characters. They all look great. Some of the ones we didn't actually see. So it reconfirms that this is going to start tomorrow, October 9th. It will be a downloadable update tonight. I'm definitely staying up for that. And then it will end October 31st. So yeah, I really appreciate that they've started Fortnitemares earlier this year because I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, last year it started super late and it was really disappointing because half the month of October, the spooky season had already gone by before we even got to play it. But yeah, basically the entire month of October, of course, we had the K-pop Demon Hunters to tide us over until October 9th. So I really think they did a great job with staggering the excitement this year. But yeah, from left to right, we'll go around the circle. We got that pig butcher guy. He has that chainsaw item, confirming that's going to be coming back as a gameplay item. We had that with Leatherface last Fortnitemares. That Ghost Peely skin is floating through the window. The amount of effects they give him in this trailer makes me wonder if this isn't going to be more than just an item shop skin. Or maybe his item shop skin will have these cool ghostly contrails as you run or something like that. But I really just hope it looks this cool and detailed and ghostly and ethereal. And then you have that painting again, which is interesting. And then the black phone guy, I think his name's the Grabber. Interesting they didn't include him in the trailer, but they show him here in the key art. Looks exactly like he does in that movie. The second one's coming out soon, I believe. Looks pretty cool. The Mother of Thorns, Doja Cat up there. We also saw her second style, or not style, I should say skin, because she's having two skins, just like all other icons do. She's going to be a boss, kind of like the main villain this Fortnitemares, which I'll share my thoughts on that in a little bit. Then you got Ghostface on this side, jumping through the window. Looks great. That Marigold vampire skin, a little different look at her. She looks cool. And then Jason right up front here with his big machete, which is probably going to be his pickaxe. And then Scooby and Jonesy. So yeah, overall, a lot of great skins, tons of great collabs. Can't wait for this. I will say that I really, really hope Scooby has his style that he's playing, not in that onesie. I really hope that they stagger the release of these skins smartly, because in the past we always get some of the best collabs near the end of Fortnitemares, and then it's you have no time to run them and you gotta wait all the way until next year, and then the excitement has died off. So I really think they need to learn, they need to understand that people want to run these skins throughout the event, so drop them early, drop the good ones early, drop the popular collabs early, so that people can actually get their use out of them. That's what I hope happens. What do I think about Doja Cat? I think having celebrities as the main, entity during seasonal events is dumb, in my opinion. I like some of Doja Cat's music. I don't know. I think she fits Fortnitemares. She's very devilish and weird. I don't know. But I would prefer her to just take a little bit more of a back seat and have an original character like we had with Kato Thorn or Shadow Midas. I would always prefer that. So I'm not the most enthused that she is the spotlight, but oh well. The rest of the collabs look amazing, and the rest of the original skins look amazing. I will definitely be buying this Ghost Peely, Scooby, and maybe the rest of the gang. I just love Scooby-Doo so much. Ghostface, probably not Jason. I don't really have an attachment to that. I'll be buying that Cat Pumpkin skeleton skin. I think it's a really cool design. Also, maybe Huggy Wuggy, the Mothman skin for sure, and we'll see what other ones come out. Repo is another one that they did not include in this trailer or this key art here, so that's interesting. And Art the Clown or the Terrifier. We did get a new teaser for all of those, as well as the ones from the other day, so I'll put that on screen now. But yeah, super great build up. Love that they dropped this today. I do think we'll get a longer trailer because this says cinematic short. I do think we'll get a trailer that shows gameplay and other things like the POIs, the vibes, the map, actual gameplay footage. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown, opinion sharing, that sort of thing. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what skins you're going to be picking up. Make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. It's been Oski. Peace out.